Hey, all. Welcome to ShareTreck. Good morning. This is Raj here, and we're looking at the pre-market session for 16th of September 2025. The US stock futures are looking more than moderately higher to open September 16, 2025, as Wall Street continues to trade near record highs in anticipation of a possible Fed rate cut and ongoing US-China negotiations. Sentiment is buoyed by President Trump's new Federal Reserve nominee, Stephen Mnuchin, being confirmed, and high-profile corporate moves, including Google's $6.8 billion AI investments in the UK. Market focus today is on the Fed's two-day meeting and incoming retail sales data for signs of consumer resilience amidst persistent inflation and labor market instability. And the S&P 500 and Nasdaq have already hit new peaks on Monday, with futures slightly positive this morning. Investors are betting the Federal Reserve may cut rates soon, with the new Fed governor's confirmation in focus. And progress has been reported on the US-China framework for TikTok's ownership. Talks continue in Madrid, with the potential agreement expected later in the week. China, meanwhile, is ramping up antitrust scrutiny of NVDA and announcing new chip import investigations. And I have my own personal prediction about the TikTok deal. This morning on CNBC, I saw Scott Bessent, usual jingoistic self, saying that President Trump's willingness to let TikTok go dark motivated China to come to a deal. Now, that is the kind of thing you don't say to China. So look forward to China putting more complications in the TikTok deal going forward. At least that's my personal prediction. And I would like to hear from you guys what you think about it. Good morning, Inf. Then we have Google, which has announced a $6.8 billion investment aimed at expanding AI infrastructure in the UK. Tesla shares climbed after Elon Musk's $1 billion buy of Tesla stocks, prepping for a potential $1 trillion pay package at board level. This $1 trillion pay package is going to reduce the shareholder value, but the focus is more on what Elon is going to bring to the table. If you compare CEO pay packages across the industry, I don't think you'll find anyone anywhere close to what Elon is trying to get right now. And meanwhile, Microsoft has raised its dividend by 9.6%, while Alphabet outperformed NVDA year to date. And today's pre-market leaders include FGI Industry, which was up 459%, Berks Group, which was up 103%, and Conifer Holdings, which was up 85%. Whereas in the losers, Dave & Buster's was down 17% and Fittel was down 19%. These are notable decliners after disappointing results. Now, Oracle is back up again over 3% in pre-market trade on AI takeover speculation. And oil is slightly lower, gold is up, and treasuries are firm, reflecting cautious optimism before the Fed outcome. And trade disputes and slower consumer spending continue to challenge small businesses, as highlighted in the new Equifax data. Now, I have my own personal views that I'm going to make some videos on. The first one is Stephen Mnuchin, who is also going to be working in the White House and is also going to be a Fed governor. Now, this kind of thing is a hodgepodge. Fed governor's job should be a full-time focus out there, instead of having one leg in the White House and one in the Fed, where Fed is supposed to be independent of the White House. So this is something that is bad. The other thing that is bad is the CoreWeave enthusiasm. In the past, Ginkgo Bioworks was penalized when a short seller pointed out that Ginkgo's billing includes sales to own subsidiaries. And that created a drop in the share price value. There are a few other companies as well which had similar situations when they were dealing with their own subsidiaries or closely affiliated companies. Now, CoreWeave has got a huge investor in NVDA, and NVIDIA has given them a $6 billion order, and that is pushing CoreWeave stock up. So I think that the market is totally crazy at this point of time. They just need an excuse to push things up. Whereas if you zoom out and look at overall fundamentals, right, the independence of the Fed is a serious question. the viability of the U.S. economy itself is in a serious question, with the indebtedness so high, debt ceiling battle coming up, the potential of the tariff being ruled illegal also up in the horizon. And with all of these things and belligerent talk after Charlie Kirk's assassination, all of these things should give a pause to many people in the business arena, who are looking at overall fundamentals as well as technicals. But unfortunately, there are many people who are looking at fundamentals and saying this is all totally wrong. But the market has a momentum that is just marching ahead. And OpenAI is spending a lot of money, and that is pushing other companies up as well. So this is all incestuous growth that I am seeing, and it's like a house of cards. So we got to watch what happens very carefully. At the same time, take advantage of the momentum and be ready to step off the treadmill as soon as we have the slightest sign of problems. So with that said, as context, let me go and have a look at the TradingView platform and check out some of the stocks for today. So here we are in the TradingView platform, and you can see that we are looking at S&P 500 futures. You see that we have a gap up out here. Severe enthusiasm, it's more than moderate. Severe enthusiasm up here. And we opened much higher and we went even higher. And we have this diagonal line of resistance, which probably forms the ultimate check at around 6,800. Now, if we reach all the way up there, it would be phenomenal. And our market sentiment is already bullish. MACD is bullish. Momentum is above average. We are in the overbought RSI territory with plenty of room to go up further, because in the past, we have easily gone up to around 82%. And right now, we are only at 73%. So there is another 9 percentage points at the very least on the RSI scale for us to go up. NASDAQ is also having a bullish market sentiment now. MACD is bullish. And momentum is also above average. RSI is going up. When everybody is now finally on board to be bullish, that's when I think the rug pull might happen. And tomorrow we'll have the Fed rate decision at around 2:30 p.m. So one has to be very cautious towards the end of the day. And I'm going to take profits wherever I can. I'm going to sit on cash, and that's my plan. I would like to hear from you guys what you think. Just put it in the comment section. Now, let us look at dollar index, which is creeping down. So for foreign investors, whatever gain they find in NASDAQ, when it's converted back into their currency, they're going to get less money. And that's the kind of equalizer. And that's also another reason why the stock market is up, because the foreign currency coming in gets more dollars, and that makes buying US stocks much inexpensive. So they can afford to pay more money to buy the US stock, because in foreign currency, it is cheap. So that's another factor, I think, which is at work. And if we look at the 5-year, where is the 5-year? Okay, yeah. 5-year bonds have gone down moderately, whereas Canadian 5-year has gone up a little bit. Even though overall it's on the downtrend, we are going to have a decision at the Bank of Canada for interest rates on Wednesday, same like what we are going to have in the US. And some relief in these long-term bond yields is going to help with the mortgage market and with the housing market, which forms a good portion of the GDP down here in Canada. So we are looking for that relief. And let us go on and have a look at what's happening with the indicators. S&P 500 has got a upper limit out here. I think our new resistance is going to be 6,688.85 for S&P 500. The market sentiment has not yet turned bullish, but I think it's neutral at this point of time. And MACD is already wildly bullish. Momentum is above average. Plenty of room on the RSI to go up. So overall, it seems to look pretty good at this point of time. Then we look at NASDAQ. Again, plenty of room on the NASDAQ to go up. And support is very strong at around 23,963. Market sentiment has not yet turned bullish, but it is neutral. MACD and momentum are absolutely bullish. Plenty of room on the RSI, because in the past we have gone on the RSI scale to 83.76. VIX has subsided by 1%, and gold is continuing to go up. Now, gold indicates that there is problem. And as I was mentioning earlier, this was a bull flag being created or a bullish pennant being created, and we are moving up again. I think our ultimate goal is 3,898.282. We have also extinguished the topping tail that was out here. This topping tail was worrying me a lot, even until yesterday. But this morning, when I see this new candle out here, it has clearly extinguished the topping tail. So we are on track to go to 3,891 at the very least. Market sentiment bullish, MACD bullish, momentum above average, a little bit more room on the RSI. So I'd expect a little bit of consolidation out here. So this could be another mini bull flag, and then we go up. That's how it might go. QQQ is showing that we have a pre-market gain of 0.22%. So QQQ is going to open positive. I don't have any new resistance out here. So I will try and plot a new resistance line, which I think QQQ might respect. And that is going to be for today, 602.14. And support is going to be today at 587. So that's what we have there. Put call ratio is bullish to neutral. And let us go and have a look at AI stocks and see what is happening out here. We have NVDA, which is down 0.21% in pre-market trades yesterday, and day before also it opened lower and then moved up. So I wouldn't be surprised if NVIDIA picks up again. It has got strong support at 173.80, and it has got a resistance in the area of 183.65. Then Meta is up 0.54%, very strongly up, and I think it has got a resistance at 776.15, and right now it's at 768.81. Next, we have Google, which is up 0.91%, riding very strong on the UK investment news. It's a gap up as well. So Google is looking very strong. It's going to chart new heights. I do regret not being in Google. Amazon is up 0.66%, and it's back on top of this diagonal line of resistance, which now becomes a line of support and provides support today at 231.63, and resistance for today is 238.52. Apple is up 0.05% this morning, and it has got support at 234.31. Pre-market, it's at 236.82. Microsoft is up 0.28%, and we have support at 515. Let me just open this. 514.69 is where we have the support. I'm going to mark this as green. And if you look at Tesla is up 1.25%. Yesterday, it had opened up and it had come down. Today also seems to be the same kind of a dynamic out here. We'll wait and watch what happens. That's a gap fill waiting to be happened out here. That's going to be giving support at 403.36 for Tesla. Oracle is up 5.76% after the huge raise. It had a lot of profit taking, and now in the last 2 days, it has kind of started to stabilize. And we are looking at a bear flag in formation, and we'll have to wait to see if that bear flag converts itself into a bull channel, or if it goes to the gap fill potential that we see out here. So the verdict is still out there. We'll have to wait for it. But overall, the market, the chart looks really good. AMD is up 0.45%. It has a double top target out here of 143.45. It's still struggling to break over 163.38. Right now, it's at 161.88. So we'll see what happens, whether it manages to break through above there or it starts coming down again towards the target. SMCI is up 0.09%. Broadcom is up 0.94%. It's forming a bull flag out here, or bullish pennant out here. And bullish pennants typically break out on the upside. So the probability of an upside break is much higher than a downside. And also there is this gap fill that is remaining to be done. It's a disorderly move upward. So those are the balancing forces out there. But I think that support for today will be around 359.33. Palantir is down 0.36%. It has got this diagonal line of resistance, which is at 171.04. And right now, Palantir is at 170.58. Therefore, this continues to be a resistance. And if we break above this, then we'll have more resistance to contend with. And I'm going to just pull this out here and say we'll have a resistance at around 185. Now, if you look at SMH, which is the semiconductor ETF, it's looking pretty bullish at plus 0.52% in pre-market trades. And it has crossed our target of 304.57. So I don't have any new targets for us, but there is a triple bottom out here, and the triple bottom can take us somewhere much higher. But at this point of time, the market sentiment is still bearish, trying to mend itself, approaching neutral. MACD is very bullish. Momentum is above average, plenty of room on the RSI. So SMH is definitely going to chart new heights. At the very least, we can do a double bottom projection. I'll do that in the next session and put up a target out there for us. Tempus AI, I sold Tempus AI yesterday. It's forming a bull flag, and it has not been able to crack the all-time high for the last 3 days. This morning, it's up 0.67%, but I'm going to wait until after the Federal Reserve interest rate decision and then step in again. Tempus AI is pretty good. And let's look at APLD. APLD is up 1.65%, and it seems to be continuing to go up. And this morning also it's up 1.65%, and we have a target out there for 24.76, and I'm thinking it's heading towards that. The chart is absolutely strong. Then I wanted to look at Rigetti, which continues to be strong. It's up 0.31%. I do regret selling it off at 16.10, but it's like crying over spilt milk. I was on the right track. I should have waited. I should have had confidence in my own analysis. Instead, I gave in to doubt, but lessons for the future. Now, what else do we have out here? That's about it. Now let's go on to genomics. Genomics, we have Prime, and Prime happens to be trying to move up to reach our target, our bullish flag target, which is somewhere around 7.24. And now it can't do that in a straight spurt unless it's a hot stock like what we are seeing with CrowdStrike or something like that. So it has got to make bull flags and then break out on the upside. Yesterday, we had a false breakout. I thought that it's going to go up further, and that didn't happen. And I'll be moving this target from here to the place where we have the breakout. Yesterday's breakout was false. It came back in again. Today, pre-market, it's still flat. So I'm waiting to see if we can break out above the top of this flag and confirm this line as a line of support by closing above, somewhere above 4.26. And that would take 2 sessions for us. So once those 2 sessions are over and we are still above this, then I would say that this support has been confirmed and we begin our journey upwards, and we'll create more bull flags and bullish pennants before we reach this target of 7.24. Now that said, Intelia is up 1.12%. It's got support at 11.31 and it has got resistance at 12.29. Caribou Biosciences is flat in pre-market trade, and it has got resistance at 1.87. And we have Beam Therapeutics, which is down 0.38% in pre-market trades, and it has got very strong support at 19.01. Altimmune is flat in pre-market trade. It has got support at 3.37. Editas is down 0.75% in pre-market trades, and it has got support on the diagonal at 2.42. Illumina is down 0.21% in pre-market trades, but in the last few days, it has shown a wide range of trading, and it has showed a lot of volatility, I would say, and it is trying to break through this diagonal line of resistance, and it's not able to. But fortunately for us, this diagonal line of resistance is a dynamic resistance. So with every passing day, that resistance keeps on going up. And for today, the resistance is going to be at 101.28. And yesterday, the resistance was 100.87. So today's resistance is 101.42. And if we keep on moving upwards, and then we'll have a very strong resistance out here at 103.36. And in the process, we are going to cancel this head and shoulder pattern. That's my opinion. CRISPR Therapeutics is up 0.10%. It's trying to cancel this head and shoulder pattern, and it's doing pretty well. It's knocking at this resistance of the regression channel, and that's going to be a strong resistance to break. Pre-market, it's already up 0.10%. So today could be the day when we break above this, and again, the same rules. You break above this and confirm above this so that this line of resistance gets converted into a line of support. And then we would be looking at a huge bull flag and then that will be a huge way up. That's the way I'm looking at it. Next, we'll go to Allogene. Allogene is up 0.87%. Grail is up 0.13%. Support continues to be at 37.64. Right now, we're at 39.38. PSEB is up 0.83%, and we have resistance at 1.21, and pre-market it's at 1.21, so I'm going to leave it as it is. ARCG is up 0.19% in pre-market trades. Vertex is down 0.18%, continuing to consolidate out here. And I'm not sure what is happening out here. This could be a double top, and we could be probably traveling downwards. And for the double top to execute, I think we need to be somewhere around 386.14 or below that, and then it will trigger the double top. So right now we are in no man's land, in my opinion. Market sentiment has become bullish. MACD is also bullish. Momentum is also above average. Hi, Hot Dog. Thanks for joining. Good morning. Good evening to you. Then we have Ginkgo Bioworks, which is down 0.19%. I'm glad I sold it. It's on a bear channel, continuing to go down. Today, the support is going to be 9.82. And then you have Unicure, which is up 3.81%. It has dropped significantly, and there's a dead cat bounce out here. And I think we have resistance at 16.86, which I'm going to mark as red. And if you look at Precision has broken below the line of support, and it continues to fall. So our resistance today is going to be at around 3.64. And we're going to have support somewhere in the region of 3.05. So as Precision falls, I'm going to watch it carefully and may get back into Precision because they have a good product. And they've got non-dilutive financing, so equity dilution is not in question. So the only thing that we have to see is whether they are able to have a crack team that can meet all those targets that they agreed to when they got the financing. So Precision is still in our radar. Eli Lilly is having a little bit of positivity this morning. It's up 0.12% in pre-morning trades, and it's going to get support in the median of this in the center point of this regression channel. That's going to be 740.51 for today. Yeah, time to take profits. Yes. Now, we have got Iowa, which is Iovance, which is 2.27 as of yesterday. Pre-market, it's gone up by 1 more cent. This is not doing much in the last few days, so nothing burger out there. I want to look at Rare, which is Ultragenics. I'm very bullish on Ultragenics, and I'm really looking forward to them getting the FDA approval anytime now. And we have this diagonal line of support, which seems to be performing today. It's at 29.15. We are at 29.24. So I'd say our diagonal line of support at 29.15 is the support for today. And the resistance for today is going to be at around 29.46. So that's what I'm looking at out here. And Inf is saying, I saw Genomics went to another all-time low after a massive dilution. Almost 50% of float shares diluted. Wow, yeah. These kind of crazy things can happen. That's why we have to be very careful with these genomic companies and be ready to jump out. I'm just going to look at one last one, Rocket Mortgage. It's up 0.66% this morning. So these are all bullish pennants. You'll have bullish pennant, bullish flag, bullish pennant, bullish flag, and that's the way we'll move towards our ultimate target of 28.51. So we are going in that direction right now. So I think Rocket Mortgage is still on the right track. So yeah, I need to keep on looking at this on an ongoing basis. Next, I think let's look at AI. Did we finish AI? I don't remember. I don't think we did AI. We did genomics first. So AI, I think NVDA is down 0.26%, but in the past 2 days also it has been down. So it'll pick up again. Yeah, I think we already did AI. I think we did AI before I looked at Palantir and other things. So if you guys have got any particular stocks that you want me to look at, please put the ticker symbol and I can look at that. Otherwise, I think it's time to go and have a look at Bitcoin, I think. Currencies. Bitcoin, I'm pretty bullish on Bitcoin. I think this is a bull flag in formation. It's a bull flag in formation, and it will break out on the upside. And we have a resistance at 119.935. AAPL are doing well. Okay, so SMCI. I didn't do much on SMCI. I just skipped over SMCI if I'm not mistaken. I'll come to that. I'll have a look at SMCI. So Bitcoin USD, I think we are still positive. The market sentiment has improved. MACD is bullish. Momentum is above average. Plenty of room on the RSI. So I think Bitcoin is going to keep going up. Next one I wanted to look is Solana. Solana, I think, is creating a bull flag out here to break out on the upside again. Market sentiment is bullish. MACD is bullish. Momentum is above average. Plenty of room on the RSI. And right now it's up 0.58%. And then I want to look at XRP. XRP USD. So XRP also is forming a bull flag ready to break out on the upside. And we already have a target here of 4.6317. And also Rex Osprey XRP ETF launches this week, offering spot exposure to XRP. It allocates 80% of assets to XRP related investments, including cash and derivatives without direct XRP holdings. So that could be a positive catalyst for XRP. So I'm thinking XRP should have a really good boost this week. And then I'll go and have a quick look at SMCI for INF. So what does SMCI tell me? Like market sentiment is improving, but it's still bearish. MACD is super bullish. Momentum is above average, plenty of room on the RSI. So from the MACD and RSI department, it's looking good. Market sentiment also is improving. That's a good factor. We have resistance, I think, at 47.31, and we have support, which is going to be at 42.90. And at this point of time, I think we are looking at doing the gap fill out here. So I think we'll have to see what happens today. I don't have a clear, definite direction for SMCI. I would like to see a few more candles before I get some idea where it's going. So that's all I have for SMCI. If there is anything else that you want me to talk about, I would be happy to. Otherwise, I'm done for the day. Palantir. Okay, let me look at Palantir, which is what Sandeep was talking about. Palantir is going to get a support today at 170.62, but it's right now at 170.52, which means this support is going to act as a resistance. So the support for today, I think, would be somewhere in the region of 152.97. Talk about how you're feeling. Oh, okay. I'm feeling much better. I do remember my Cory every once in a while, and so does the family. But after the cottage trip, things are way better. We got things in control. Sandeep, thanks for asking. We are marching ahead. That's the only direction to go and to be happy. And Rafian is also picking up slowly. He's going to be better. So thank you for asking. Have a nice day, guys. I'll catch up with you again in the next one. Bye for now.